Okay, it's been a minute since I've done a Q&A. So today I'm going to answer four frequently asked questions. How tall am I? How did I get those abs? What are my macros or what I eat in a day? And what's that accent? And the reason I decided to answer these is I don't know why my hair is sticking out here. Um, is I answered them on Instagram today, but just with a quick reels where I literally pasted the question and then my quick one or two word answer. So, how tall am I? So let's dive into that one. I'm 5'1". And some people are shocked. They think I'm so much taller. So I think that the reason for that is number one, well, people do tend to appear a bit larger on camera. Also, there's nothing to compare me to because I'm not usually next to anybody. So you just see me. So you can assume that I'm any height. And then I'm often wearing heels too. So, and since I am on the, slim side, I can see how I would appear taller. So, but I'm 5'1". There's not much. I'm small and I'm little. I'm small boned. Um, and some people say then, oh, it's your genetics. It's well, when you're 5'1" and small boned, everything shows up. A few extra pounds, 5 extra pounds on me looks like a lot more than it does on somebody who's 5'8". But anyway, I'm 5'1". How did I get those abs? Well, I have a course coming out soon, and it's going to be 5-minute abs because that's really how long I work out my abs every day. So, but I like to say, so stay tuned for that because I've been getting so many requests for workout videos that they are coming very soon. But it's going to be part of a course that also explains all of my flat belly strategies, and it's going to be at like reasonable price because everybody deserves to have abs like this. And I say it really boils down to three things: planks, protein, and positivity. So, you know what I always say? Planks are better than spanks. Planks are such an amazing move that works it's a body weight move that works everything: your back, your shoulders, your triceps, so we don't get those flabby granny arms, your quads, but it's amazing for your core. It's Sunday, December, what's today, the 28th. I've already had a big breakfast, lunch. I had a snack. These are my abs in December. Those are my abs every day of the year. And I work out my abs 5 minutes a day. So, and it's mostly planks and sometimes some variations of planks, variations of crunches. I'm not doing anything crazy. So it's doing it consistently and doing moves that are effective, that are easy enough that I'm actually going to do them, but they work. It's the protein. It's giving my body the protein that it needs to build muscle. Because when we're younger, our hormones kind of do some of the heavy lifting, so to speak, and they can activate muscle growth even when we're not getting the protein we need. As we get older, this is Recess, by the way, really good. It's like a mocktail, 30 calories, really yummy, super clean. Not sponsored, just saying they're good. So protein, I give my body protein from real food. I aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of my ideal body weight every day, and I'm at my ideal body weight. But I typically get more than that. And this is protein from real food. We are talking lean ground beef, salmon, cottage cheese, eggs, extra egg whites, Greek yogurt, stuff like that, real food. Yes, I put collagen in my coffee every day. That's a whole other story. That gives me an extra boost of protein. But I hit my protein goals without that collagen. And collagen is real food. I mean, it is food. But so I'm really all about real food protein. And then of course I'm filling in with colorful fruits and veggies. So I'm eating in a way that is giving my body the protein that it needs to build muscle. It helps me stay lean. It keeps me really satiated and keeps me in a really reasonable calorie range because I'm not eating all the crappy processed carbs. And then positivity. I look at this in a positive light. Every time I'm doing those planks, I'm not saying, oh, this is so hard and this doesn't work. I'm saying I'm I'm getting stronger every single day. Wow, this feels so good. Oh my gosh, I can really feel, wow. Oh, I'm starting to really feel this. I know this is working. So staying positive about it and knowing we're doing this more than just because it looks hot in a bikini, knowing that we are doing this Because when we have a strong core in our body, we have a strong core to take us through our lives. Also, muscle is the organ of longevity. So we're doing this for so many positive reasons, not just looking amazing, but looking amazing is a great reason to start, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it's vanity that keeps you working out and eating right, that is quite okay, because that's how it all started for me. And then I got passionate about feeling good and longevity and all of that. But guess what? I still want to look good. That's still what keeps me going, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, what are my macros? What do I eat in a day? Um, I always hesitate to answer these in detail because my macros don't need to be your macros. And the only things but here's what I'm going to say. First of all, check out my cookbooks. That's how I talk about how I eat, but you can adapt it to what your protein needs are and your calorie needs are. And I spell all of that out in my books. But I aim for, as I said, 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight every single day. So I'm aiming for over 100 grams of protein a day. Most days I'm getting much more than that. My calorie range as a very small person um, tends to be like 1,500, 1,700 a day is pretty typical for me. It's definitely going to go higher if I've been really active and walking and really doing strenuous hikes and things like that. But that's pretty typical for me. As I said, I'm really just paying attention to protein and calories because I'm eating real food, and the fat and carbs are just going to fall where they may. My carbs are coming from fruits and veggies. Depending on what I'm eating, there could be sweet potatoes. Also, if I'm making my 50-calorie brownies, I have sweet potatoes in them. Some baked white potatoes. That's not just a thing I do that often. Mostly it's going to be coming from fruits and veggies. I'm not afraid of fat by any means, but I'm also not adding a lot of fat to my food because I'm just getting the naturally occurring fat, like the egg yolks in the meat, stuff like that. Um, so hopefully that helps. And then what is that accent? It's Philly. So, and I always thought, well, first of all, I think I don't have an accent at all. And then I realized I say like what, like I've worked to learn. I felt like I grew up in the western suburbs of Philadelphia, main line area. I went to Radnor High School. And kind of depending on what part of Philly you're from, it's going to vary a little bit. But I've really kind of worked to learn to say water, water instead of water. But it just it is what it is. There's water ice is the thing. If you live in Philly, hoagies, we eat hoagies, hoagies. I mean, I don't have the roll, but we have hoagies, we have water ice. It's just different. It's just a different place. But sometimes people get, are like, is it Jersey? Like, what is it? It's a Philly accent. And again, I thought I didn't have it. I thought I had changed it and learned to speak in a different way, but that Philly just comes through. And you know what? It is what it is. And I love it. And go birds.